How's everybody doing tonight? Just letting you guys know that we got a good one today. We're going to talk about the purpose of pain, what pain really is, and why is it that we have to go through pain in order to get the things that we want. So stick through it. There's a lot of valuable stuff in here, I really think. Let me know if there's other things you want me to talk about. And yeah, why is it that humans are motivated enough to make a change only once they have gone through some type of pain? In my head, it's like, why can they not prevent that? Like, why can they not prevent that pain in the first place by putting in the work and starting to make things turn now, so that like you can become a good enough person to make sure that thing does not happen to you? Whether you're intelligent enough, or whether you're in good physical shape, or whether you're in financially stable, it's like, isn't the right thing to become amazing in all of those things so that you don't have problems in the first place? A lot of humans only act in the way they're supposed to act only after they have gone through pain. And so I know pain is a great motivator, and I know that pain is something that you have to carry with you every single day. And it's like, at least the way that my mind works now is like, I have pain and I have to utilize this pain and turn it into something good, because if I don't, then my day feels like terrible. So it's like I'm substituting, like I'm making this payment in the form of pain to hopefully get something better as a reward. But the thing that I'm struggling to understand is like, why is it that we have to go through that pain in the first place? Why can we as humans not develop ourselves to get to a level in our lives where we don't have to go through those pains because we're smart enough to avoid them? Or is that even possible? Let's say a relationship, right? Instead of going through a heartbreak, which everybody goes through, what if you, instead of going through the pain of heartbreak, you go through the pain of like improving yourself and learning about relationships and learning about people and learning about the red flags, so that you can then like avoid that person that's going to cause you pain and trauma? Why can't we just do that? And I know it's super difficult, and I know it's because humans are not going to give their 100% all the time, and they're not gonna, like, they're gonna cut corners, I guess. That's just an example, that I've been thinking about. Or it's like, for example, a test, right? Instead of failing a test and then having that grade make that shift in your life where you're like, damn, I gotta study more, why can we not instead avoid that test failure overall by changing the way that our life works today, by changing our strategic habits today? Because in doing so, in my eyes, it's like, in substituting that long-term, like that delayed pain for daily shorter pain, you're improving your life. You're putting yourself in a position where you're saving yourself. You're saving your future self from that pain. I'm going through pain now, and there's nothing I can do about it to change it. What can I do now with the information that I have and with the life that I have to prevent it from getting worse? Once you go through pain, your life feels like it's not going to get better. You're going to be in a horrible condition, but then something worse happens that you didn't expect or that you could have avoided, and then now you're like, damn, like it could have been worse, and it is worse. I guess pain is good because it's like it teaches you a lesson, and it makes you more aware of like the truth of life, like the reality of life. Pain is a great motivator because like you have to leverage it into something, or else it's just gonna eat you. And it's I don't know if it's just life that is programmed to be in this way, where it's like, you're doing well, compound interest, and then something happens, and then you have to go all the way down, and then you rebuild again. I don't know if that's just like what life is, and we just have to accept it, or if there's a way that we can actually avoid that drop, like that huge drop from like a 90 to like a 15% in morale, or if it's like necessary, if it's simply what we have to go through to become better versions of us. Another example is like, let's say, God forbid, like someone dies, right? Someone dies in your family, or like a close friend dies. Why is it that we have to, like, now that happens, it's like, now I'm gonna do this for him, like I'm gonna like get my life together for him, or like he would have done this, so I'm gonna do this now. In my eyes, it's like, it would make sense that a person would go through a huge change after something like that would happen. That's understandable. In my eyes, it's like, why wait until the bad news? Why wait until that thing happens? Like, why not go through that now? Does that make sense? Like, why do I have to die inside to make those changes? But maybe that's just how it is. Like, maybe that's just how it's supposed to be, you know? And also, have you realized that like all your pain that you feel is like, if something more recent happens, like you forget about the past feeling? Like, I'm always thinking about this, like, again, going back to this heartbreak thing or whatever. But it's like, for example, I was trying to get into my house and I couldn't find the keys. And for those 30 seconds that I couldn't find my keys, like I forgot that I was even out of a relationship, you know? Like, I forgot about everything. So what that sort of taught me is like, you control how that pain will affect you, you know? If you're weak, you're just gonna let it break you, you're just gonna let it take over you and all these things. But if you're strong and you're controlled, like, you're gonna understand, but then you're gonna move on. You're gonna compartmentalize that pain in some way and use it as fuel. Like, use it as fuel to make sure that you do complete the things that you need to complete. It's like, in a weird way, you're sort of doing all these things to save yourself, like to make sure that you don't think about this person or that you don't think about this pain. And the beautiful thing is like to focus on the day, because it's easy to just be like, oh, but I have to do this for the rest of my life, like, oh, da da da. But that's not how it works. Like, time is a beautiful thing, and it's gonna help you get over a lot of things. As I'm sure, like, now I'm not feeling 100%, but like, I know that I will. After all this time goes by, I will have filled my life up with a lot of things that will provide me value and make me satisfied. And so yeah, it's just about riding the wave. So my point is, like, pain is good. Pain is super necessary for you to make the change. But at the same time, it's like, I started this YouTube channel again because of this breakup, right? But why couldn't I start it before? Like, why didn't I do this before? And now it's like, whatever, like, you can't change the past and all these things. But that's the main question. Like, why is it that us humans have to go through something so cataclysmic, like such a big event, for us to then go, okay, now I gotta do this, now I gotta do that? Like, why not just start today? And the second thing is just like, pain can be controlled by you, and that's how you build mental fortitude. It's going to be hard at first because the event is going to be more recent, and it's always harder to control your mind and control your behavior when your mind is preoccupied by this thing. But then time is going to make if you apply the right changes daily, time is going to create a negative relationship between the amount of mental fortitude that you build, because you're going to have the right strategies, and it's going to decrease the feeling of the pain itself, because you're going to slowly forget about it, you know? See time as the axis, like as the x-axis, that as it goes on affects your y-axis, you know? And your y-axis is your level of mental fortitude and the level of pain that this event causes you. And if you truly train your mind every single day, like, you're going to see this negative correlation. You're going to see your mental fortitude get better. You're going to get stronger. You're going to know how to deal with the bad things better. And then the actual pain that you feel is going to feel lighter, both because you're getting stronger and because time is going to dilute it. It's going to dilute that pain. So yeah, that's just something that I was thinking about. Keep your head up, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next one.